Hey, this is Julia C, and I'm back with another session in regards to my weight loss journey and my overall health. Um, Today I want to talk about being being able to afford to eat healthy. Um, Something like the keto diet and the celiac diet. Now, in the last session, I explained what celiac, how it acts, and what it was. So, like I said before, I've been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and celiac disease, and me having to change my diet, um, go out of my budget um, to be able to afford and eat like I should, um, and being able, most importantly, is being able to sleep at night at least 5 hours. Now, I researched and I have followed instructions. I have been listening to experts that I can relate to, that I'm familiar with. Um, um, those symptoms and like just being in tune with the individual and following their instructions. Those are the people that I listen to, someone that I can relate to. So it's different authors out there, journalists and things like that that I can't relate to, that I'm not feeling. But the ones that I am feeling, I'm following them thoroughly. And what it boils down to is being able to afford those products and foods and supplements that doesn't carry cross contamination and all kind of things. So, germs in the foods and, what doesn't supposed to mix with this. People who can't digest this, people who can't digest that. And I'm one of them. So, I've been following some experts, health experts, nutritionists, naturalists, people that has done thorough research and explored with these things. So that's who I'm following once again. But like I say, it boils down to budget. Are you able to afford to go within your budget? So I have followed these instructions as far as the keto diet, the celiac, which somewhat I found is connects. It's the same thing. Um, and I have to, if I want to live a normal life, I have to follow the 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 books um, um, and the instructions. And then I have done that, and I found that the foods that they say, I have went outside my budget and gotten behind on other bills because my health was at stake, is at stake, and I have to follow some guidelines and things like that if I want to live a normal life and be able to sleep in peace without disturbances and ailments and all these mental anguishes that food can do to you that's not suitable for your DNA, your blood type, any of that. Like I say, list of things like tomatoes and food that cause inflammation and corn and wheat has damaged the lining on, or that is damaging the lining on my stomach, affecting my brain function, irritable, bowel syndromes, mental fog, confusion, and most of all, memory loss, which is aggravating when you know you had a sharp memory once upon a time when you were much youthful and energetic and just a go-getter. And then as age progresses, you slow down the activities, you're not buried in the books, you know, concerning your health. And then all of a sudden, you crash and you're up at night and you're wandering the floors at 2 a.m. I'm up like, I was up regularly, like I'll wake up at 2, almost 2. I had done this it was happening on a regular when I was just shoving those foods down my throat. I would wake up in the AM and just be wide open for about 3 to 4 hours in the AM, like just up. And I'm not feeling anything, just having bowel issues. And I would be up like, why the freak am I up this early in the morning? Like, and I'm tossing and turning and stuff like that. So as time progressed, I start having gas and bowel and celiac and celiac sensitivity, and people that have celiac disease like myself and type 2 diabetes. It's a silent killer. You're not feeling it just yet, but it's a growing disease that could have damage cause other health issues, and you thinking it's that. And the 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 bone of the matter is in the gut. So I goes to the doctor. I told him I read all these symptoms. That's what prompted me to start researching. And I saw these signs and symptoms that I was on the profile when I was checking in with the ga- gastrologist, and I was checking up, and I was like, all of this is me. Headaches every night. I never had headaches. Brain fog, irritable bowel syndrome, mental like retardation, like you can't get words, like your brain has a stroke in it. You can't get sentences, it's not clear, things like that. Inflammation around my neck, being fat neck, fat chin, arms, and I'm thinking, oh well, it's just, I need to go on a diet. No, I'm allergic, and I'm thinking, hey, I can have a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Yeah, it has driven me almost insane. I'm talking about the paranoia that comes with you think you're dying had got critical. So I went in, checked in with the gastro. He told me he was going to go down in my stomach. I knew that's what I had. I knew I had celiac. And I made an appointment to come back, came back, went down in my stomach. They went down in there and did an endoscopy with the camera, sent it off to the labs. 2 weeks later, they told me that I have celiac disease, to lay off the wheat, the flour. I was like, the gluten-free diet. And I was so paranoid. I was afraid for my life. And I researched thoroughly, and I just like, isn't this the devil? How the freak am I going to be able to afford Going into the stores gluten free is expensive, especially at a Whole Food place or a market or something. Having diabetes and celiac disease is not a fucking luxury. Okay, give me a freaking break. That's just a DNA that genetic. I mean, not a genetic, but it's a DNA that you can't tolerate. It's not compatible to you, and everybody can't pick up anything and eat it. You have to watch what you eat if you want to get your stomach, your neck, and your chin, and those arms and inner thighs to go down. To top it off, another thing, I have a PCOS, PCOS, ovarian cysts, two of them. Sometimes I have to have somebody to come through, stick their finger in me, press on them so I can, it kind of like give me a boost of when someone is pressing on them, and press my stomach together, it releases a hormone and give me a relief with those. So every now and then I have to have a friend to come over once a week at least and stick their finger in my vagina and press on them, for about 5 minutes. Not real hard, just press them too, so I can have a relief, a sense of relief. That's sending off signal as well. So it is insane. And one thing, if you don't believe that you need a higher power, when you start really going through these things and not just doing it just because, hey, you want to live you want to live forever. I want to be comfortable, okay? But people, if you really don't have any issue yet, take this serious. Because when it kicks in, if you don't continue what you started and you just stop, guarantee you, it will come back even harder. I know. Now, the baseline of this, being able to afford to do the celiac and keto diet, I have to reach a little deeper in my pocket. That's at the markets, that's in stores, deeper in my pockets. Because, hey, beef is convenient as well if you got it. It's always available if you got it. But when you got to venture out and get meat and cheap dairies that's compatible and won't gut your thyroid and send bad acid to your gut and all that kind of stuff to regulate, to eat a rich diet, you gotta make some sacrifices. My budget, I used to could just go and pick up anything and budget for about 2 weeks and go again and budget for about 2 weeks. And then they say, food stamps is a big deal. The little you given, that's garbage to eat healthy. That little snack money you give, you talking about $200 a month is 170 for EB for SNAP food stamps. That's trash. Okay, to be able to afford to eat decent. And what I believe they done is they knew time to come that people would figure out what's going on with them and cut out those benefits, cut them down, so you won't be able to buy decent food because of the farming has to make a sale of garbage. That's the bottom line. The devil is busy. And I tell you, you gotta reach deeper in your pocket. You gotta make some sacrifices. My name is Juliet C., and I'll be back with another session in regards to my weight loss journey and what I have coming up next.